Hello, so this is the second video for learning English, practicing and improving your vocabulary. So on the last video I talked a bit about some activities you can do. One of them was to increase your vocabulary by finding words that are regarding something that you're interested in. And then finding related words to that. So like if it's a noun, find the adjective or the verb. It's usually like just a different version of the same word, like basketball, basketball player, something like that. And then today I want to talk about grammar a little bit, about prepositions. So with that, there's basically two different things with prepositions and verbs in English. So instead of having like the meaning within the verb, we'll have a separate small word like with, to, from, on, in, those kind of words. And they basically just have grammatical function. They don't necessarily have meaning in themselves, and they relate to other words, usually verbs and nouns. So in order to know which preposition to use, you have to know what verb you're using. So if it's just a regular transitive verb, it will always be the same. So for example, bring, you would say bring my book to me, or bring that plate to me. Or you could say bring me the plate. So with that one, the to is optional depending on where the pronoun object is. So me, him, any of those kind of objects. If you put it in the first position, you don't need the preposition. So just look up common English transitive verbs. There'll usually be a list of 20 or something if you search. And you can basically just memorize what prepositions go with them and which ones have these kind of rules about pronoun objects. The other thing you can do is to look up common phrasal verbs. So for example, look into what else did I have? Look forward to, look up, dropped out. So these are often verbs that have an entire meaning with the preposition. So look forward to means to anticipate, or look up means to search. So a lot of these verbs you'll find have sort of similar meaning verbs, but the phrasal verb is just more commonly used in speech. So you'll see it in movies and stuff like that. So that's something to look into. There's a lot of different activities to do with phrasal verbs and intransitive verbs, and it's something really important to learn. It makes it a lot easier to understand and to have other people understand you. And another thing with vocabulary building, if you are looking up words that you've just learned and you're finding the nouns and the verbs and all the different sort of related versions to do with that meaning, you can also look up synonyms, so like words with similar meanings, and then that way you kind of have a nice group of related words. So that's pretty much it. Just stay motivated, try to set goals, like try to make weekly or monthly goals, how much you want to read every day or every week. Even just watching TV in English or writing a journal or something like that, having new vocabulary word goals, something like that. Again, it's always important to keep motivated when you're learning a language. And yeah, hopefully this was helpful. Anyways, thanks for watching. Peace.